While most people default to a crossover nowadays, those who value sheer driving pleasure still turn to sedans and hatchbacks. Now, amongst the sedans and hatchbacks in the 1 million Philippine peso price level, the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium presents a compelling choice. Why, you ask me? Well guys, stick around to find out. Let's do this! Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'd invite you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, click that like button and enjoy the show. Also, special thanks to Mazda Philippines for providing me the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium to do this review. Now before we begin guys, if you find this video useful, well, clicking that super thanks button will also be highly appreciated. For 2022, Mazda Philippines has rationalized the local Mazda 2 lineup, ditching the Mazda 2 sedan in favor of this sole Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium trim. Now, since I'm not really a big fan of the Mazda 2 sedan, then that's not really a big issue for me. Now, price-wise, this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium retails for 1,195,000 Philippine pesos, making it the most expensive hatchback or sedan in its price category today. Still guys, if you factor in Mazda Philippines' free 5-year preventive maintenance service package, which this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium gets, well, that pricing ain't so bad after all. Mazdas have always looked good in my eyes. I mean, being a Mazda MX-5 owner, there's really no bias there, right? But still guys, this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium is no exception. For 2022, it now gets 10 different paint color options, including this stunning platinum quartz color right here. Now, we also have a redesigned front grille here, which now ties it closer to the look of the larger and gorgeous Mazda 3 hatch. Now, when you pair that updated Kodo design front grille there with the full LED headlight units here, including the Angel Eye LED DRLs, then you have a subcompact hatchback that exudes a subtle elegance. The Mazda 2 hatch gets the same Kodo designed side profile here. To be honest guys, there's really no need to change anything because this side profile still looks darn good. It's simple, it's elegant, it's fresh, despite being several years in the market already. Now, the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium also gets power folding side mirrors with LED turn signals and a set of blacked out 16-inch alloy wheels. Now, behind these wheels, it gets 4-wheel disc brakes, which is a huge step up over the other Japanese contenders in the category because they're still using rear drum brakes. The suspension bits, however, remain unchanged for 2022. It still rides on MacPherson's up front and a torsion beam at the back. The rear end doesn't get much changes for 2022. It still has the same rounded taillight design here that still uses a bulb, I believe, despite having a full LED lighting units up front. Now when you pop open the liftgate, well, you still get the same, typical small hatchback trunk space here. Now, I don't have the exact figures, guys, but I do have my medium-sized luggage over there. So let's see if it will if this trunk will fit my medium-sized luggage. There you go. As you can see, it easily swallows my medium-sized luggage, plus there's a tiny bit of space at the sides for smaller items. Now, Mazdas have never been known to give us gobs and gobs of space, but in case you need more space than this area will allow, well, the back seats can split fold, and that should effectively increase your cargo carrying capacity. Now, in case you're looking for the spare tire of this thing, well, it can be found here in the trunk where you do have a donut spare tire. The Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium may not have the most powerful engine in the category, but it gave me the best overall driving experience. You see, the Honda City Hatchback RS may have 9 more horsepower than the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium, but the Mazda 2 Hatch is 100 kilos lighter than the Honda City Hatchback RS. Now, I'm not saying that this motor is a slouch, because this 1.5-liter 4-cylinder Skyactiv G motor can still pump out 109 horsepower and 141 Newton meters of torque. It also comes with a sportier transmission because the Mazda 2 Hatchback also has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now guys, that lighter weight translated to, as I said, an overall better driving experience because the Mazda 2 Hatch can corner better, can accelerate faster, and can also brake harder because of that light curb weight. Thing is guys, even my fuel consumption benefited from that light weight because the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium gave me 12.3 kilometers per liter in the city and 22 kilometers per liter on the highway. If you're a big fan of the Mazda MX-5 Miata, then the cabin of this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium should appeal to you. You see, there are design cues that are lifted straight out from the Mazda MX-5, from the size and the shape of this leather-wrapped steering wheel, to the paddle shifters here, to the rounded AC vents, and even the tri-circular controls for your automatic climate control setup here. Heck, even the placement of the tachometer is exactly the same as the Mazda MX-5 because the tachometer is right there front and center, just like how any proper sports car's tachometer should be. I mean, a lot of these cues just remind me of my own Mazda MX-5 Miata, so that is actually pretty good, guys. Now, another bit of good news here, guys, is the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium also gets a heads-up display, and I do believe that this is the only vehicle in its category that comes with a digital heads-up display right there, and that, my friends, is really, really cool. Now, aside from the heads-up display, guys, we also have a good amount of features and upgrades here over, let's say, my own Mazda MX-5 Miata, starting with safety bits. You see, the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium gets some iActive Sense bits and pieces here, as you are now seeing on your screen. We do get a good amount of safety bits there and driver assist aids, which should help you stay safe on the road every time you drive this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium. Now, we also have a set of leather seats here, guys, and the leather seats have been tuned and optimized for a good balance of support and comfort when you're going out on a long drive. Now, another upgrade here, guys, is, well, we do have the touchscreen infotainment system here, the Mazda Connect touchscreen infotainment system, which now comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto. Now, it also has the image of a reverse camera, although I'm not really too fond of the camera image quality, guys, because I do believe I got spoiled by a lot of these Chinese offerings that would give a full HD camera image on their infotainment systems. Still, guys, other niceties here include a wireless charging pad. We also have the same sport toggle button here for sport mode, a manual handbrake, and a master control knob here with a palm rest where you can rest your palm whenever you're tinkering around the master control knob, which operates your infotainment system. Now, you're going to use this master control knob a lot if you're on CarPlay or Android Auto, because yes, just like any other Mazda offering, if you're on CarPlay or Android Auto, then the touchscreen gets disabled, and the only way to access it is through this master control knob. Yes guys, I know it's a bit of a bummer, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, on the bottom part of that master control knob, we have a pair of cup holders which I will subject to my 600 ml clean canteen test. Now let's see. Yes, as you can see, the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium passes my clean canteen test. Now guys, as for the cabin materials that they used here, well, it is a good mix of plastics and soft touch materials. We have a leather wrapped and stitched middle dashboard here, plus the inserts on the door cards. And even the quality of the plastics that are used are similar to the plastics that are used in my Mazda MX-5 Miata. So yes, it all comes together to create a premium feeling cabin. One that will make you feel that you are getting exactly your money's worth. As for the back seat space, guys, well, there's really not much to talk about here because we get zero amenities here at the back. As for the absolute space itself, well, Mazdas are never really known for space, and well, the same can be applied to the backseat of the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium. Even if you're just a 5'6" dude like myself, well, it can get a little bit cramped here at the back because yeah, this is my driving position here, and yeah, it's a bit cramped here. So best to just keep it at 2 passengers, guys, or if you can, yeah, sit at the front. Alright guys, so we are now driving the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium, and I have to say this immediately, guys. The Mazda 2 has the best steering feel and response in the category. I mean, some people would say that it kind of feels heavy, but I say it has the right amount of heft to give you that surgical control that you need when you are carving canyons. The balance of this thing is just fantastic, guys. The throttle inputs, they're spot on. I mean, wow. Now when you toggle it in sport mode, man, that's where you'll appreciate that this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium still comes with the Skyactiv 6-speed automatic transmission. I mean, my goodness, it can take you all the way up to the red line, and it will hold the gears within that power band. I mean, you're just at the 4,000 to 5,000 RPM levels, and it's just holding there, giving you all the torque that you would need to negotiate an overtaking maneuver, or let's say you're taking corners and curves at a faster clip. Guys, at sport mode, the transmission tuning of this thing is fantastic. Fantastic. Now when you're driving this around the city, well, the small size, the sitting position, and the overall visibility of the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium makes it such an easy vehicle to drive. Now factor in that level of control that you have with your steering inputs. I mean, look at me, I'm taking this roundabout pretty quickly. And yes, guys, you have a vehicle that just works with you. It just works with you. It doesn't fight you. It gives you just the right amount of power at the right moment, at the right condition whenever you're driving it. I mean, the way it communicates with you when you're driving, it's almost telepathic. It's crazy. Now on paper, the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium is equipped with a rear torsion beam. But guys, this doesn't handle like it has a rear torsion beam. I mean, the way Mazda tuned the suspension dynamics of this thing, it just feels so planted. See, it feels so composed. It's got a good level of control to it, and even if it's a small car, it doesn't feel jittery on the highway. Now, speaking of highway though, the NVH levels at highway speeds is what you'd expect from a vehicle in its category, which means that it's a bit on the noisy side. Now, Mazda said that they tuned the NVH levels of this thing to be a little bit quieter than the others. Although, if there was a difference, I hardly felt it, or I hardly heard it, guys. Because when I went out on the highway, yes, some wind noise was making its way into the cabin. Although, in fairness to the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium, yeah, the road noise, the tire noise, it's hardly heard at all. So you don't hear the road noise too much, which is good, especially for a vehicle in this category. I also took this out on some rough roads and the suspension felt composed and it handled itself pretty well. Now, another thing that I'd like to share with you guys is, when you're in normal mode, the sound of the engine is, well, normal. It doesn't sound like anything of note. But when you toggle it to sport mode, the engine just comes alive and it sounds glorious. See? Wow! Hear that? Yeah. I mean, this might be a tiny 1.5 liter 4-cylinder, but wow, that engine note. Sounds really good, really meaty and juicy for such a tiny vehicle. Wow. See? I love it, guys. I love it. Of course, you're hearing the revs and all that, but the speed, it's what you'd expect from a 1.5 liter, which means that it's not really going to travel as fast as you'd want, which also means that you won't get into trouble with the authorities when it comes to the speed limit. Now, having said that, guys, it doesn't mean that this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium will have a difficult time going up to triple-digit speeds, because it doesn't. In fact, I got to test it out on the highway and it reached triple-digit speeds pretty well, pretty easily, and in fact, it can go all the way up into illegal speed territory. Now, that's one of the advantages of a lightweight vehicle with a relatively larger engine displacement at 1.5 liters, because it just ups and goes, guys. It just goes. Now, that's what I love about this Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium. I mean, it has the performance that would satisfy your needs for speed. It also has a premium cabin materials here, the safety features, and yeah, that overall driving experience that will always put a smile on your face. No other hatchback or sedan in the category delivers the same fun driving experience as the Mazda 2 Hatchback Premium. It's a playful car meant for people who enjoy driving without the worry of a high fuel bill. Now, it might be the most expensive in the category, but the premium cabin materials, improved safety, and the best overall driving experience in the category makes it absolutely worth it. Not to mention the fact, guys, that it also gets Mazda Philippines' free 5-year preventive maintenance service package, which is a tremendous value. Thanks for watching.